Hello there guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the day after Real Madrid 2, Chelsea nil. And let's begin because I have a lot to say today. So as before we get into the game, do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 400 subscribers. And now let's begin talking about the game last night. First off, I would say that the first half performance was brilliant. First half performance was absolutely brilliant. I won't take anything apart from the I won't take anything away from the players and the manager. I think Lampard set us out tactically pretty decent. The players did absolutely brilliant in the first half. But then we come to the problem, the main problem. I made this video 2 years ago titled "We Need a Striker." Today, I'm gonna say the same thing. We need a striker because Chelsea's striker problem has not been solved for the last 6 years. Ever since 2017 Costa left, we have not had a proper striker. We did have Giroud. He was kind of our backup striker always, even though he was the best striker at the club. And then he left, and last night he scored for AC Milan, sending them through to the Champions League semi-finals. And here we are lacking a striker to put us through. And that was the problem last night. Havertz, Conor Gallagher, Cucurella, Kante, all of them tried, but you can't really expect Kante, Cucurella and Gallagher to be your goal scoring options, can you? If those three are your main goal scoring options, you've got a problem. You've got a serious problem at your club, and this is what Chelsea is right now, guys, isn't it? The problem is, yesterday we were back to a stable level where we were under Potter, but yet again we cannot score. We just can't put the ball in the back of the net. I won't be surprised if there's no keeper, nothing. We're standing on the goal line. Marc Cucurella has the ball. He's standing on the goal line. No keeper, no defenders, nothing. He's still struggling to put it past that line. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, that he's struggling to put the ball past the line even when he's standing on the line. There's no keepers, no defenders. That's the state of Chelsea. And then, of course, second half begins. They score one goal and then it's done. We know it's done. And then Lampard brings on Mount, Sterling. Why didn't they start? Why didn't they start? I posted last night, the moment the lineups came out, why is Conor Gallagher starting? Now credit to him, he played well. He did what he's meant to do. But he didn't score because that's not who he is. We needed someone who could score, and that is Mason Mount, that is Sterling, that is Felix, that is Mudryk, even Ziyech, more than Gallagher. And why play a three-man midfield and Gallagher? It was a bit too defensive. What I would have done is play Gallagher in the three-man midfield if you need, and play Mason Mount or João Felix in that number 10 role. Gallagher is not a classic number 10. That's not what his role is. Now we're out of the Champions League. There's not much to discuss about the match. I mean, it's as simple as it is. We tried to win, couldn't score, got punished. The second goal, the second goal was embarrassing. It's really as if it's men versus boys, honestly. The way Valverde runs past both defenders, passes it into Rodrigo, he's walking into an open net. It's humiliating. And yes, it is only 2-0 and only 4-0 on aggregate. Everyone was like, oh, 10-0, 8-0, 7-1. A 4-0 loss compared to last season when we lost 5-4. The season before when we won 3-1. And then this season we lose 4-0, don't score a goal throughout the two legs. When we've scored 3 and 4 in the last 2 seasons. According to that progression, we should have scored 5 this leg. Should have beaten them 5-4. But here we are, 4-0 loss. And it is what it is, guys. I think last 2 videos I've been talking about how Lampard has made us worse. However, today he did good. Lampard's tactics were spot on. Plan was spot on. Player selection, only one that I disagreed with, but otherwise that was also perfect. I think tactically we were brilliant. The defense was pretty decent, except for Trevor Chalobah, who did kind of lead to that goal. But it was also Cucurella's fault in the making. So I think we can't blame Lampard too much. And well, now guys, our season is over. We have barely nothing to play for, except for the fact that we might go below 11th. Because we have, next up is not Man United, that game's going to be postponed. We have Brentford. Then we have, who do we have? I think we have Arsenal, then whenever the Man United game is. Then Nottingham, then Bournemouth, then City, and then Newcastle. Boy, oh boy. I think, realistically, we're getting 5 points out of these fixtures. I don't see how we get more than 5 points in these remaining 7 games. And I honestly think Palace and Wolves are chasing. We might finish 12th this season, which makes it worse than 15-16, and makes me wonder whether a Julian Nagelsmann would even want to come to Chelsea. Speaking of managers, speaking of dressing room, we come to Todd Bowley, who, after the Brighton game, did go in the dressing room apparently, talk for about an hour. And I know lots of people are criticizing him that the dressing room is only for the managers and the players, but I don't see anything wrong in the gesture, in the act. I mean, he completely has all the rights to go and absolutely demand answers for why they're playing like this. What are the players doing? And I think we saw a response. And there's been rumors that he drilled a senior player. I think it's Sterling. Absolutely deserved. Sterling has been playing really unnaturally, just bad. As if he doesn't care, he's not moving, he's doing nothing. Today was a reaction. Today, they actually played decent. And I argue, if we would have had some attacking talent, if we would have had Sterling on the pitch today, instead of one of the 3 midfielders, I'm not saying sub Gallagher out. Gallagher should have been in the starting 11, but not as the number 10. If in that number 10 role we had Sterling or Mount, I think we could have actually scored 1 or 2. It would have been 2-2. I'm not saying we would have gone through. But if it would have been 2-2, that would have been insane in the tie. That would have gotten everyone charged up. The atmosphere would have been crazy. But then it is what it is. And now we have no European football next season. For the first time in 7 years. Are we gonna have another Antonio Conte? We'll have to see. For now, it's just a stretch till the summer. We just have to play these 7 games for the sake of it. Then finally it's a break. Finally time to think, reorganize the squad, bring in a new manager, sell some players, bring in some new players. Because of course Felix will leave, some players will be sold, Nkunku's already coming, so there's going to be changes, adapt to those changes, pre-season, new manager coming in. So yeah, all we can do is wait for the summer. I'm going to be making match reviews till the end of the season, but honestly, these next 7 matches don't really mean anything. I've already said we're not going to get relegated, even though it might look worse than it is. But yeah, there isn't much to play for. This was it. And the strikers, well, I say strikers, we really don't have a striker on that pitch yesterday. The ones that were trying to score did let us down a bit. Kante, I know that's not his job. I know it's not any one of those players' job who missed a score, but come on. I mean, you're saying Cucurella missed. You know who should have been on the pitch instead of Cucurella? Chilwell. And you think Chilwell would have missed? No. Then you can argue that Cucurella is our backup left back. He's obviously not as good as Chilwell. Last season, our backup left back was Marcos Alonso. You know what he did at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid? He scored. I don't care whether it was handball or no. He scored. That's all I know. He scored. Cucurella can't put the ball in the net. I'm just sick of it. 2-0 loss out of the Champions League. Season over. Nothing much to talk about. I'll see you guys for the next video, guys. If you enjoyed, do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. And goodbye.